Like Mum said, you need to throw this thing really far.
G'day you cheeky dogs. Today we're going to talk about one of my favourite Bluey theories that have come out from the episode The Sign. And that is, was Bandit sad in Stickbird because he had decided to sell their house and move to a different city?
You want to handle this? Hey, healer.
Oh, sorry, what?
Nothing.
Now, even the official Bluey account also kind of like speculated on this as well, which is another reason why I really kind of love this theory and I want to sort of put through all the evidence as to what could back this up. Also, if you love Bluey theories and other Bluey videos as much as we do here as well, don't forget to hit the like button down below, the subscribe button, and that bell for notifications so you know whenever any other videos come out. But let's start off with the episode Ghost Basket and The Sign, because that's of course when we first find out that they are selling the house and that they are going to be moving to another city.
No worries. But look, I can't do this every time.
Why do we have to sell our house?
We've been through this, Bluey. Dad's got a new job in another city.
And what's wrong with this city?
Nothing.
And so if we go just a few episodes back then to Stickbird, we can see Bandit kind of for the very first time ever looking very stressed, having a lot of anxiety, just seeming to be really worried in general. And that's very un-Bandit behavior. And we knew that it wasn't going to be anything really awful because Chili was very like nonchalant about it all and telling him just to like get over it.
Sorry, mate. What was that?
Let it go, babe. You're missing all this.
I'm trying.
What are you trying?
Nothing.
So perhaps this is the start of that sort of like story arc of selling the house. Perhaps this is when he was first given the job offer and he was trying to decide whether he should say yes or no to it. And that's what he was focused on so much. And of course, there are a lot of pros and cons to this. The idea that he was going to get a lot more money and give the kids a better life. And we saw him talking about this constantly throughout the episode The Sign.
But this job pays a lot more money, which means we can give you kids a better life. I just want to give them the best life I can.
I know.
Now, of course, there are probably a lot of cons that Bandit was thinking about in the episode Stickbird, and in the episode The Sign, Chili was mostly the one that was kind of saying those to us in the episode.
Please don't make us move, Dad.
Oh, Bluey.
Mum, please tell Dad not to make us move.
Oh, Chili.
So you don't want to move either?
Of course I don't want to leave, Bluey. You took your first steps in that house.
And I guess some of the biggest ones were the fact that they weren't going to be around their family anymore. They weren't going to be around their friends or their amazing neighbors anymore either. They were really sort of giving up the opportunity to be around this amazing community that they built in hopes that they could have a better life with more money.
My dad is moving us to another city, and I'll never see any of you ever again. What?
So no wonder that Bandit was so incredibly stressed in Stickbird, because he had to make this insane choice that, yeah, would cause a lot of stress and anxiety. And perhaps something that might have helped him with that stress and anxiety was perhaps talking to someone who was a therapist and could give him some unbiased advice or helpful advice in some way. Perhaps like a licensed therapist from BetterHelp, who is the sponsor of today's video. Now, I have also been in Bandit's situation where I've had to make a massive change in my life. I moved from Australia to Japan and then from Japan to the US during like that insane 2020 period. And yeah, I upheaved my entire life, which, what a surprise, really strained my mental health. I felt incredibly isolated and I didn't want to burden my family or friends with my problems. And honestly, talking to a therapist in that situation would have really helped. And that's where BetterHelp could have helped me with this situation. They have a whole heap of licensed therapists who are trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. And it's an incredibly easy process. First, you can go to their website. You can use my link here, betterhelp.com/AussieGirl. You answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with your specific struggles. You can do it all from your phone or your computer, via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel most comfortable. It is the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. You'll be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. So let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can help support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/AussieGirl or choose AussieGirl during your sign up and enjoy a special discount for your first month. So don't deal with your stress alone like me or Bandit in Stickbird. Which, getting back to that, Joe Brum actually gave us a little bit of a hint about these feelings that Bandit was having.
Well, Owen kept asking, what's Dad worried about? What's Dad worried about? It's like, take your pick, man. Like kids, relationships, house.
Now, he said specifically this is what he could have been thinking about in that scene. So, kids, relationships, and house. House is, of course, the big key here and how this all fits in, because he was worried about selling their house, how this would affect his relationship with his wife Chili and his friends and family, and how, of course, this would affect the kids as well.
Well, then why are you?
Because your husband's telling you to.
No, because I think it could be good for our family.
But it could be bad for our family.
It could.
And again, this all links in as well with the throwing storyline in Stickbird and that coming back into play in the episode The Sign.
Do we need to throw things really far?
Sometimes.
Like Mum said, you need to throw this thing really far.
In Stickbird, we see Bandit throwing away his worries, which seems to imply that he in his mind has said yes. He has decided he's going to sell the house and that they are going to move. And he's not going to worry about it anymore because it's going to be a great big adventure and something that's going to help his family in the future. Now we see this again at the very end of the episode The Sign. However, Bandit now obviously has the opposite feelings. He is now saying no. No to selling the house and no to moving away and no to no longer being in this undecided position. And again, Joe Brum actually said something about this on the Hammerbum project about something really beautiful, the fact that Bandit decides to choose his community because you can't really put a monetary value on the situation that they're in, where they're in this great space with neighbors that they love and family that's close by and the street where they can ride their bike on.
Is him trying to put, I guess, a monetary value on community and friends and family and that sort of thing. That he's trying to balance up, they're both trying to balance up all these intangibles which don't have a monetary value. And it's not meant to be like there's something wrong with chasing more money or a better job or something like that. Yeah, it's him just putting a value, I guess, on community and family and 1,000 other things.
And I do think that that is such a really great thing, because usually in life, there's a big push to like earn more money because that's going to give you a better life. But sometimes maybe that might not be the case and you already have the best life where you are currently.
Are you sure you're not making a mistake?
You worry too much, little brother.
Do you think we'll have a happy ending too, Mum?
Maybe.
Now, we do need to talk about something that does kind of go against this theory a little bit, and that's that one specific line that Bandit says to Bingo.
But when you put something beautiful out into the world, it's no longer yours, really.
Now, I've talked about this theory obviously before on my channel, and the main thing that seems to fit in with this line, as well as like all the other things that Bandit's going through in the episode, is the fact that maybe he put something out about his work and it was negatively received or had a lot of notes on it and everything like that. And that obviously does work within this theory, but it doesn't work with the selling house and moving kind of theory. However, that line was never actually meant to be in this episode.
When you put something beautiful out in the world, it's no longer yours. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, look, that sort of came after I wrote the script.
Right.
I was just like, you know what, that line is just going to exorcise this for me and get it.
Joe Brum added that line in after he had already finished the script for this episode, and the only reason he did it was because it was his own personal feelings, because he was getting a lot of notes on a different Bluey episode and he was getting really annoyed and frustrated about it. And so he decided to put that line in to sort of express his feelings about how he feels about putting Bluey into the world.
I won't go too much into it, but that line happened right at a time when, with Bluey, I was getting a lot of notes about particular episodes, and I was finding it a little difficult with some of the notes to really do what I wanted to do with certain episodes. And eventually, that kind of mindset was the only thing that helped me.
I feel like we could actually almost just ignore this line because it is specifically a fourth wall break between Joe Brum and like his editors and the audience itself. So if we're using that idea, we can ignore that line, and the rest of the episode does fit in very well then with what happens in Ghost Basket and The Sign.
It really is Bandit choosing the unseen, I guess, argument going on within Bandit in that episode and previous ones.
But cheeky dogs, let me know what you think down below in that comment section. Do you think that this is the reason that Bandit was sad in Stickbird, or do you think that it was something else as well? While you're down there as well, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell for notifications so you know whenever I have any other Bluey theories coming out. But until then, I have picked you cheeky dogs out a few other videos that maybe you would like to watch, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah! Bye!